Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gloria. Here on my channel, I share tips revolving around parenting, motherhood, relationship, marriage, trending issues revolving around any of those topics that I just mentioned. As far as it ties closely to marriage, relationship, parenting, or motherhood, you would find me having my 2 cents there. So yeah, if this is the kind of content you would typically want to see, please do well. Click the red subscribe button, become part of this growing community. Let's share ideas together, and grow the channel. Yeah, basically. So now this is the first time I am getting into the mood to film in 2026. Well, I don't know if it's just me or if it has happened to a number of people out there, but 2026 for me began on a slow pace, and I'm not even going to feel guilty about it, which is the reason why I am doing this video right now. First of all, to say Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year and welcome to 2026. I just want you to understand something. You don't have to compete with anyone who you feel like is already on their fast lane in 2026. I like to use this analogy of pregnancy. Now, imagine a woman who only just got pregnant a few weeks into her pregnancy, just when she misses her period, and she doesn't even know she's pregnant. She doesn't even know she's carrying a baby. She doesn't. Some people even go around doing their normal businesses. Some even do tedious tasks. So if you ask every woman their pregnancy journey and how they found out, you will hear different stories from different women, basically. So I want you to understand 2026 from this angle of a pregnant woman. What happens? She doesn't even know she's pregnant. The early, weeks of her pregnancy, she doesn't even know. So it's similar. It could be what you are facing right now. You may not even know what 2026 holds. You may not even be able to wrap your head around what your plans are, what your goals are. Some people from October, even earlier than October the year before, they may have gotten their plans for 2026 all set and running and all, mapped out, but it may not be the same for you. Please don't beat yourself up too much. Calm down. Invite God to come and lead you. You may not even know the direction you want to go. You may not even know the direction that you want 2026 to go for you. You may not have a clue, but it's okay. Don't feel like it's not okay. Don't feel like you're some sort of an alien. You are not a human. Everyone is having goals, making goals. Everyone is having their plans. Everyone is having vision boards. Those things are good. Yes, it helps you stay organized. It doesn't mean that it is absolutely too late for you, or it doesn't mean that you are a non-entity, someone who will not amount to anything. Oh no, please don't be too hard on yourself. Understand it from this lens that just like a woman who doesn't even know she's pregnant, you may not even know what 2026 holds. But you know what? As she begins to feel the sign of the pregnancy, as she begins to, have her morning sickness, you begin to have clues here and there. This is when you begin to pay attention. So one thing I want you to know is in 2026, pay very close attention to understanding who you really are. Get to know yourself. Get to know those things that you find interesting, those things that move you, those things that when you think about, you smile. Find yourself, like look out for who you really are. Trace it back to when you were in secondary school, trace it back to when you were in primary school, back to when you were a teenager. Try to remember those things you did that people applauded, the things that people told you you were fantastic at, the things that you did and you gave yourself a pat at the back and you felt like, oh no, I smashed this one. It could be the way you handled the presentation, it could be the way you led your group, it could be the way you decorated your room, your mom's room, your sister's room. It could be the way you made a meal and everyone, literally was asking what the recipe was and how you came about it. It could be the creativity you put into, you know, journaling, writing your thoughts down and how you went about doing it. It could be anything, just anything you have done that you feel like it made you smile, it made you believe more in yourself. This year, you need to intentionalize believing in yourself. So find those things that help you believe more in yourself. If you have to take it back memory lane, please feel free to take it back down memory lane. Remember those things you did that people applauded you, people said, "Oh no, you're good at this thing." Those are the things that we should focus more on. Yeah. Now, sometimes God is, a lot more interested to making us better rather than, destroying us and wanting to build us from the scratch. Someone said that. I really can't remember who did, but that's not verbatim, but this is the message that where you are at right now, it's a lot easier to begin to recalibrate, begin to nurture those dormant areas of you, to pick them up again, dust them, move on from there, as opposed to going back down and saying, you know what, let me start from the scratch. Let's start it from the scratch is still totally okay, depending on context. But so yeah, as the year goes on, or as the pregnant woman begins to, progress in her pregnancy, she begins to anticipate the birth of the baby. Now, ultimately, the key denominator for every woman who is pregnant is when they would have their babies. So that is, at the end of the day, that is the goal. That is the goal. Every woman wants to have their baby, regardless of how the baby comes into this world. They just want to hold their bundle of joy. And so they begin to prepare for the day and the arrival of their babies. So, whilst you have discovered that you are pregnant with something, when you have been able to tie that pregnancy, you are beginning to see the early signs, the early morning sicknesses, the weakness, those things that come with you realizing that you're pregnant. So you begin to have those moments where you tell yourself the truth, moments where you're able to really really identify that yes, this is it, and you pick up from there. You begin to nurture the pregnancy, right? For the pregnant woman, she begins to nurture the pregnancy, and for you too, you begin to nurture those things, those dreams, those long dreams, yeah, from back long long ago. Those dreams, those things you did effortlessly, those things that that came to you naturally. A lot of times, let me digress a bit. A lot of times, yeah, what keeps us really stuck or keep us retrogressing most of the times is the fact that we want to do what A is doing, what B is doing, what C is doing. We look at our friends and we don't even know we are doing it. Yeah, not from the place of probably envy, but from the place of some sort of subtle competition that is unhealthy that we may not even realize, simply because we have not looked into ourselves and discovered those hidden treasures, those things that God gave us, from factory setting, those things that is so unique to us, those special gifts that we brought from heaven. The moment we begin to nurture those things, you realize those things, no matter how inconsequential you think that those gifts are. The moment you begin to believe that this is what the Lord has given to you, this is what God has given to you as a person to thrive with, you will thrive. Yes, the moment you begin to understand that, what, this cooking that God has given to me as a free gift, that when I cook, everybody is so impressed, they are so happy, they are so, everybody's asking me what recipe, teach me how you made this and that. The moment you begin to look at how you can do purpose from that gift that God has given to you, how you can, grow from that, you begin to discover that there is a special blessing that comes from doing what God originally wants you to do, as opposed to looking left and right and looking for what every other person is doing and wanting to do the same thing. So first of all, realize that you are pregnant with something. There's something in you that the Lord has put in there. Two, begin to nurture that pregnancy, begin to nurture it, you see it growing. You see it growing just like the pregnant woman. It grows day by day, week by week, month by month. The pregnancy advances, it progresses until when it gets close to delivery. And at the point of delivery, what happens? You're so joyful. You can't wait to just hold that baby. Like that's all that matters. because you have groomed, you have nurtured, you have eaten all the healthy foods, you have, done everything that you needed to do to ensure that you have a healthy baby. And at the end of the day, you're looking forward to having your baby. So I don't want to keep this video really long. So basically, I want you to birth the new you this 2026. The person you should compete with is yourself. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself at the same time. Let us do this together. You know, understand that everyone has that special gifts that God has given to them. Nurture it, grow it, and watch yourself give birth to that newness, that new you, that part of you that the world have been looking for, right? So I want to just end this video here, encouraging you not to be so hard on yourself. You may not have figured out 2026, but it may look to you like everybody is moving on so fast. Why you? Why not you? You are moving up on. You are moving on a slow lane. Why are you not figuring things out? Why are you not doing A? Why are you not doing B? Why are you not handling projects yet? Why not doing this and that yet? Know that you're just discovering that you're pregnant today. You just missed your period today, and you are beginning to nurture, you're beginning to go back to look at those areas of your life where you know that your strengths lie. And then you're beginning to nurture it, grow it little by little, day by day, week by week, month by month. Remember, it takes 9 months for a woman to have her baby. So it's not going to be today and tomorrow. Give it time, not choice. And then watch yourself become ready to bring forth the baby that will blow your mind, right? So just don't be too hard on yourself. This is just a message to say happy new year. Welcome to 2026. For those who are yet to figure it out yet, you are definitely going to figure it out. Trust me. You are definitely going to figure it out by the help of God and by being intentional about your year. And don't be in a rush, don't be in a hurry. Just understand your pace and know that everyone is running their individual races. I hope this video blessed you as much as it blessed me. If it did, please do it to give it a like. If you have watched up to this time, oh, thank you so much. I really do not take your time for granted, and I hope you found value. Please do well to subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel? How do you feel about 2026? How has it been? How's it going? Are you pressuring yourself? I hope you don't have any need to pressure yourself. I hope you see the need to, keep growing, keep getting better intentionally, and understand that in due time, you're going to have your baby. Thank you so much again for watching. I love you and have a fantastic day until I come your way again in another video. Bye for now.